Good afternoon, everyone. So it's 1 o'clock. I think we can go ahead and get started just to be respectful of everyone's time. My name is Cindy Cabrera, and I have with me my colleague Diana Lane, and we'll be presenting today a little bit on the curriculum expansion and implementation study opportunity that is available for you all to apply. Diana, do you want me to share the slide or do you want to share it?
If you could share it, please.
Sure. So let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so the curriculum expansion and implementation study. In order to apply for this grant that is available, you will have to access WebAuthor in order to apply. That is where the application is at. If you already applied previously for ARPA funds, it's the same portal, that WebAuthor portal that you guys were using before. If you need help in accessing the account, we've gone ahead and included links, different links that you guys can use to access WebAuthor. So you can go ahead and use the bit.ly link or scan the code, or if you go to our webpage to the provider's corner and you select curriculum expansion, you will see information there posted, including later on these slides and this recording, so you can have access to that. So the Division of Early Learning has provided additional funding in order for coalitions to be able to reimburse school readiness and VPK contracted early childcare providers or partners in order to provide funding for an approved curriculum and professional development to that curriculum. The partners who apply for this reimbursement must agree to be part of a curriculum expansion and implementation study, so that it does go hand in hand. There will be a study where a researcher might be contacting you to ask some questions, maybe interview you and send some surveys. So you have to, if you're gonna apply for this and you get reimbursed, you have to take part in that study. There is a limit to the number of curriculums that you can order. It is a maximum of 2 curriculums per center that you can be reimbursed for. So the curriculums that are currently you're able to ask for reimbursement for are these. This is the list of the school readiness curriculums that are approved by the Division of Early Learning or for VPK providers on probation. Any of these curriculums are eligible for reimbursement. And on the application, you'll see a drop-down menu that will only have these options as well. So we have Frog Street, High Scope, Learn Every Day. There are numerous curriculums you guys can pick from. As long as they're on this list, it's eligible for reimbursement. If it's not on this list, unfortunately, it's not eligible for reimbursement. So how do you qualify? So in order to qualify, you must be a licensed early childcare provider with either an active school readiness or VPK contract. And you must have purchased your curriculum between March 29th, 2023, all the way through November of this year, November 17th, 2023. Each curriculum purchase that you purchase, in addition to purchasing the curriculum, you must also purchase at least training for at least one educator in that class, because that is a requirement for this grant, that you purchase the curriculum and training together, and you will be reimbursed for both. As I previously discussed, the curriculum must be part of that Division of Early Learning approved curriculum list. You need to have a contract with the Early Learning Coalition that has not been terminated or eligibility revoked within the past 5 years. Not be under investigation for any or convicted of any childcare fraud. You cannot be on the Florida Child Care Food Program USDA disqualified list. And then if we don't have that information already, chances are if you submitted for ARPA, we do have this information. But if you haven't, we do need, with your application, to submit an IRS form W-9 in order for us to be able to disperse the payment. The payment is going directly to the provider. And you must, when submitting your applications, you have to submit to your home coalition. So if you're, for example, a school in Broward, you would have to apply through Broward. If you belong to Miami-Dade or Monroe, then you would apply with us with the Early Learning Coalition of Miami-Dade or Monroe. So the responsibilities or agreements in order to receive this grant is that when you fill out the application, you will provide the receipt for the curriculum and training reimbursement. We can't disperse the funds until we have those receipts. And the amount on the receipt is the amount that you'll be reimbursed for. You have to complete the project surveys within 15 days of receipt. That's the researcher that will probably contact you with some survey questions. You will have to complete that within 15 days. Participate in any interviews that they may ask you to participate in, and identify the point of contact information for the research, which they will be in contact with you guys if you're approved and reimbursed for this. How to apply? I'm going to briefly go over the instructions, but then Diana's going to go ahead and log into WebAuthor to model what that looks like for you guys. So you're going to log in to the ARPA model through WebAuthor. You're going to select curriculum expansion for your school, fill out the application. It's very brief. Most important thing is you want to make sure that you're uploading the receipts. You can fill out an application for pre-approval, but unless you don't submit the receipts, we can't pay out anything without a receipt because it is for reimbursement. Once you fill out and complete the application, you want to make sure that you click submit. And remember that receipt needs to have for training and the receipt for curriculum and for professional development or training for the teacher. If previously through the previous ARPA funds, you purchased curriculum and training already, unfortunately, you won't be able to qualify for to be reimbursed through this grant because you were already used ARPA funds for curriculum. And as of right now, there are a certain amount of funds that we have, but the budget allocation is going to be available until all funds are exhausted. So this is kind of like first come, first serve. But there is funds to purchase many curriculums. So I encourage you all to apply and submit those receipts as soon as possible. And if you need any help regarding curriculum expansion, you can go ahead and email us at bpkteam@elcmdm.org. Please don't use the ARPA email. Use this email if it's related to curriculum. And I'm going to go ahead and let Diana share, and she's going to walk us through how to complete an application on WebAuthor.
Thank you, Cindy. Sorry, I was answering a couple of questions on the chat. So for anybody who wants a copy of this PowerPoint, it will be posted on our website after this meeting. So let me just share my screen. So a while back, we created the Providers Corner portion of our website where we're trying to keep all of this information together. So you get to our homepage, you click Providers Corner. And you scroll down, and curriculum expansion is the last one on the list. So all the information pertaining to this program will be available here, including a link to this recording that will be placed on our YouTube channel and a copy of this PowerPoint. So go ahead and click on curriculum expansion. And all the information we just shared is here as well. So when you scroll down, you'll get to the how to apply, and you have the link to access the ARPA module on WebAuthor, as well as some videos to walk you through how to apply. So once you click on there, it'll take you to the WebAuthor page, and you go ahead and log in with what you used for the ARPA workforce bonuses and grants. If you get stuck, please contact us at VPK Teams, and we can help you get into your account. If you had previously missed the deadlines to apply and you started your school application, we will be reviewing those schools and finishing those up so that you can go ahead and access the account. Go ahead and click on ARPA. It'll just take a minute. And the schools that you have added to your account should be available here. The only one that works with curriculum expansion is this one here at the end. All these others have already been completed. And if you do any of these applications, no one's going to look at them. These are closed off. Just select this one here at the end that says curriculum expansion. Once you selected curriculum expansion, in this first box, click on there and you will select the curriculum from the drop-down menu. If you had already purchased it, put in the date. If you were planning on purchasing it, put in the future date. In the description, please describe very briefly what you're planning on purchasing. 1 curriculum, 2 trainings for educators, something to that effect. If you already purchased the curriculum, please upload your proof of purchase. Please note that it needs to include the name of the school or an email tied to the school, what you have purchased, the curriculum plus the training, and a total. It needs to show a total. Please put that total here in the amount. And then for the surveys that they're going to do afterwards, please put in the contact information. Make sure you put the employee's name, their email, and a phone number. Remember that these curriculums need to have been purchased, including the training, between March 29 and November 17th of this year. This attestation states that you will be willing to participate in the surveys for the curriculum expansion. So click yes there. Sign. And after you finish signing, very important, click save and submit. When you need to add that second curriculum, that if you're planning on purchasing the second one, you would just click on this icon here that looks like a newspaper to go back to the dashboard. And in a moment, it'll get there. And then you would click on curriculum expansion again and fill out the same application. And that's it. Thank you.
So I know there were a couple of questions in the chat and we've been answering kind of as they come in. If you have any questions and you would like to raise your hand, you can go ahead and do that and we can take some questions, or you can go ahead and write them on the chat. I do see a question on the chat. How many curriculums can we buy? The limit is 2 per center. If you use ARPA funds to purchase the curriculum, do you qualify for curriculum expansion funding? No, unfortunately you do not, because previous ARPA funds were already used for curriculum. I see Nicole Rodriguez has her hand up. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to unmute.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Okay, really quick. If we purchase, like if we pay for our curriculum on a monthly basis, like a subscription, for example, we use Mother Goose, do we only get reimbursed from the March to November period, or will we get reimbursed for the entire thing because we're using it for the school year, if that makes sense?
We would have to look into it to see when the initial purchase, I guess, kind of was. Does the receipt kind of give you the breakdown of the subscription? Or the receipt?
I don't think it does. I mean, you know, we get it monthly. I could ask them for an invoice. I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem. But it's just, every month, for 12 months, we just pay it monthly. So I didn't know how that would work.
Let us look into it and we'll get back to you. But if you could get an invoice from them with the total amount, that would be better.
From March to November, in other words, from those dates.
Yes. Okay. Or maybe they can allow you to pay, instead of paying it monthly, just go ahead and pay it up front. So we can go ahead and reimburse that. But let me look into it and I'll get back to you. This is from Bricks, right? Bricks Early Learning?
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll go ahead and send you an email when I have an answer.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. We have another question. We purchased a creative curriculum with training this month. Will it be reimbursed since it's before November 7th? Yes, as long as the curriculum is purchased within the dates of the March and the November 17th, we can reimburse you. You need to purchase it first and upload the receipt so we can reimburse you. Can you buy some parts of the curriculum? Or does it have to be the whole curriculum? Guidance doesn't really specify, but it does say that it's purchase of the curriculum. So I would say it would need to be the whole curriculum, just because we kind of need proof that you have that whole curriculum and they're reimbursing for curriculum. The curriculum that I use offers free teacher training. How would that work? So if there's a way that you can retrieve an invoice or add it to the cart and kind of have a receipt that it shows that that you have the training, even though it's free. Like I know Mother Goose has a lot of free trainings, but you're able to kind of like add them to a cart and it shows that it's free. That's fine. You just won't get reimbursed for training because it's free, but we need both. Let me see. Currently, we have the We Learn curriculum. So do we have to purchase 2 others on the list? So if the We Learn curriculum is not on the list, then you can't purchase the We Learn curriculum. It has to be only curriculums that are on the list. If the We Learn curriculum is on the list and you want to purchase an additional curriculum for one of your classrooms, so they have their own curriculum, you can go ahead and do that. On the subscriptions, I have to get back to you guys. As soon as we have guidance, we can kind of send it out. Deborah, if you can go ahead and put your email, and I can get back to you along with Nicole on the subscriptions. Training for staff, there's no specific date or when it needs to occur, but you do need to purchase that training before November. Will you reimburse for a 2-year subscription on a digital curriculum? Again, if the receipt shows that it was purchased between March and November 17th, then we can reimburse that. If not, then we won't be able to. So using as proof of training certificates, I will have to get back to you on that as well. And if you, it might be easier, the questions that were regarding the subscriptions and the proof of training that it's free and using the certificates, if you could email us at vpkteam@elcmdm.org, and I'll go ahead and put that on the chat. That way we can guarantee that you'll get an answer and know who to contact. The list of curriculums is listed within the application. There's a drop-down menu, and we're also going to be posting the slides that have the list of curriculums. And then it's also on our webpage where you can click and see the approved list of curriculums. And Diana's opening that up so you guys can see that.
So we've added the list of curriculums to the curriculum expansion portion on our website. So that here they are available, approved curriculum, DEL approved curriculum list. The links are also available in the emails we've sent out, so you can access them this way.
Okay, somebody wrote they used the creative curriculum. The creative curriculum is on the approved list. If there are any other questions and you want to write them in the chat, or you want to go ahead and raise your hand, you can. If not, we welcome you to make your purchases, or if you've already had your purchases, and go ahead and apply.
Just one point of clarification regarding using CQI funds and purchasing curriculums. If you did CQI, continuous quality improvement, and you just did training, that doesn't count. It has to be that that doesn't, it's irrelevant to this program. So for the curriculum expansion, basically it's, you needed to purchase curriculum plus training, if it's not offered for free, between March 29th and November 17th. Show us proof of purchase and we will reimburse you for that. Anything that was done with CQI needs to be completely done apart because we've already paid for that. So we're not going to pay for the same thing twice.
Somebody asked, what if it's the most recent creative curriculum? That's the only creative curriculum that's accepted. It's the 6th edition, I believe, that's being used now, and that's the only one that they sell. Any other questions? Okay, well, if there are no more questions, you guys can go ahead and log out. We welcome you to visit our webpage where you can find all that information, and we'll go ahead and be posting the slides, and our YouTube channel will be posting the recording. And again, feel free to email us if questions come up later to vpkteam@eocmdm.org. Enjoy your afternoon.